Hello dear students, I am Sheetal Naik, Assistant Professor from Government College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Sakli, Goa. Today we are going to study on the program TYBSc, Subject Botany, Semester 5, Course Code is BOC 106, Course Title Cell Biology and Biochemistry. Today we are going to learn on the unit, that is Unit 5, Secondary Metabolites. Under that, we are going to study module named Broad Classification of Secondary Metabolites. Under that, we will be studying Introduction, Classification of Secondary Metabolites, Functions of Secondary Metabolites, and the Summary. Learning outcomes of this unit will be: describes the types of secondary metabolites, explains the roles of secondary metabolites in living organisms, classifies the secondary metabolites. Now, let's begin with introduction. So, the secondary plant metabolites are numerous chemical compounds produced by the plant cell through various metabolic pathways, but are derived from primary metabolic pathways. Secondary metabolites are chemicals produced by plants, but these has no role in growth or photosynthesis or reproduction or primary function. So then you may wonder, if it has got no direct role, then what is the use of the secondary metabolites? See, the concept of secondary metabolites was first defined by Albrecht Kossel. He is a Nobel Prize winner for physiology or medicine in the year 1910. So after that, after 30 years, a Polish botanist named Frederick Čapek described secondary metabolites as end products of nitrogen metabolism. But till then, it was considered that it had no role in growth or photosynthesis or many other functions. But these are described as secondary metabolites as end products of nitrogen metabolism. So, the phytochemical constituents of plants are classified into two categories. It is mainly based on their basic metabolic processes, that is namely primary and secondary metabolites. So, there are two types of metabolites, that is primary metabolites and secondary metabolites. Primary plant metabolites are involved in basic life functions. So, therefore, they are more or less similar in all living cells. Whereas, secondary plant metabolites are products of subsidiary pathways as the ischemic acid pathway. Humans use some of these compounds as medicines, flavorings, or as recreational drugs. Next, coming on to actually secondary metabolites. So, as we have discussed earlier, secondary metabolites are those chemical compounds in organisms that are not directly involved in normal growth, development or reproduction of an organism. But these are found only in specific organisms or group of organisms. Okay, so these are not found in all the organisms. Okay, these are found only in specific organisms or in that particular organism, and they are the expressions of individuality of species. So these compounds are produced in small quantities and their extraction from the plant is difficult as well as expensive also. So they accumulate in small quantities only in specific parts of plants. So these are derivatives of primary metabolites. Okay. So for example, so you might have seen so many plants, you might have seen so many flowers with beautiful smell or some pungent smell. It is mainly because of this secondary metabolites, and these are not found in all the plants. It is produced only in certain part of an plant or in certain organ or a specific part of a plant. And their extraction is very much difficult as well as expensive. But by the cultivation of plant cells in culture media, secondary metabolites can be produced on a larger scale. Though it is difficult and expensive to extract, it can be extracted or done by using culture medias. So thus plant metabolites are basically classified into two types, that is primary metabolites and secondary metabolites. Primary metabolites include carbohydrates, lipids, proteins and nucleic acids. Whereas these primary metabolites are actually involved directly in growth. Whereas there are secondary metabolites. So they include alkaloids, phenolics, steroids, essential oils and lignins. See, these are not directly involved in growth, but these are produced mainly for defense purposes. Okay, to protect themselves from grazing animals or any other thing. So these secondary metabolites are mainly produced for defense purposes. Next, types of secondary metabolites. Okay. So these secondary metabolites are highly numerous in numbers and these are chemically diverse in nature but belong to three groups, and this is mainly based on their biosynthetic origin. Based on their biosynthetic origin, it is classified into three different types. First one is isoprenoids, or also called as terpenes. Examples are rubber, steroids, essential oils, carotenoids and pigments. So carotenoid is nothing but these are the pigments, and you might have seen plant yielding rubber. You might have also heard of essential oils. So these essential oils are extracted from the plants, and all these are the examples for terpenes, which is also called as isoprenoids. Second one is nitrogen containing compound. Okay, examples for these are alkaloids, glycosides, non-protein amino acid. So these are the second type of secondary metabolites which mainly contain nitrogen in them. Third one is phenolic compounds. Okay, so these are present within the plants. Okay, and examples for that are lignin, tannins, aflatoxins, flavonoids, mainly anthocyanins. Okay. So these are the different type of secondary metabolites mainly based on their biosynthetic origin. So then what are the functions of secondary metabolites? So now you know the different types of secondary metabolites. It is mainly based on their biosynthetic origin. So now let us know what are the functions of secondary metabolites. See, some of them actually attract animals for pollination and seed dispersal. So they are used by the plants in their defense against herbivores and pathogens. See, most of the plants, grazing animals, that is herbivores, get attracted towards the green plants. Okay, so these plants, in order to avoid themselves or in order to save themselves from animals, they act as and they play an important role in defense. So plants counter excessive herbivory with physical defenses such as thorns and chemical defenses such as distasteful or toxic compounds. So in order to protect themselves, some plants, they develop thorns on their body. Okay, or on either it might be on the leaf or on the stem or any other part. Okay, by which plants do not directly start eating them. Or in chemical defenses, they are distasteful or toxic compounds may be present. When they eat it, they get some toxic, they don't feel that taste. It might be distasteful and it may release some toxic compounds also. So they also act as agents of plant-to-plant competition. Even there are competitions among plants and plants itself. So this secondary metabolite act as an agent, so in order to overcome that competition. They are used in making drugs, insecticides, flavors, pigments, scents, rubber, spices and other industrial materials like gums, resins, for human welfare. So these all those things, that is drug, insecticides or flavors, pigments, scents, rubber species, all these are derived from the plants, and those are nothing but secondary metabolites, and now we human beings are using it commercially on a larger scale. Lignin mechanically strengthens the cell wall. Each and every plant cell wall is made up of lignin, and lignin is also a secondary metabolite. Flavonoid pigments, which are present within the plant, they function as shields against harmful UV radiations. So there are certain plant pigments which create dyes. Okay, some of them make excellent dyes. So among them are orange dyes that can be made from carrot roots, onion skin. Yellow dyes which can be made from marigold, dandelion and sunflowers. Pink color dyes are obtained from roses and lavenders. Whereas purple color dyes are also obtained from blueberries and grapes. You might have seen grapes. There are two colored grapes, green and purple. So from purple color grapes, purple color dye can be yielded. Coming on to the summary. Plants produce an enormous diversity of substances that have no apparent role in growth and development, and they are classified under the heading secondary metabolites. And there are three major groups of secondary metabolites, as we have already discussed, that is terpenes, phenolics and nitrogen containing compounds. Terpenes are composed of 5 carbon isoprene units and are toxic and feeding deterrents to many herbivores. So member of the third major group, that is nitrogen containing secondary metabolites, are synthesized principally from common amino acids. See, compounds such as alkaloids, cyanogenic glycosides, glucosinolates, non-protein amino acids and proteinase inhibitors, they protect plants from a variety of herbivorous animals. So with that, the secondary metabolites is done. So these are the references. You can just go through them. These are online references. Thank you.